Hello students, myself Dr. Prakash Petroda. I am back with one more video on a string program. This time our program is talking about the highest and the smallest word in a given string, the maximum character number of characters and the minimum number of characters in a given string. So here is a question that we have. Say write a program to input a write a program in Java to enter a statement. So we will enter a statement, display the word with minimum, maximum and the minimum number of characters. So I am supposed to display the word. So for example, if the statement is given to me as I love Mumbai, then of course the lowest number of characters is I in a particular word and the highest number of characters is Mumbai. So these two words should be printed. Now logically, if you see, I can have many words which should have a same number of characters and could be highest and maybe smallest as well. Okay, so it could be I am a student. Then I and a both are single words, single character words. Alright, so we will try and see how both can be printed, or at least the last character word can be printed. Okay, so we'll start with the last one, assuming that there is only one smallest and the one greatest. So now what's the logic here? So first logic that we all need to learn is, if I have to find the word printing the highest number of characters and the smallest, I need to know how to read the string word by word. I am sure you must have gone through one of my video in past. I think video number 3, 4 or 5. One of them is a video which tells you how to read a string word by word. Okay, so if we are able to read the string word by word, then we will be able to easily identify which one is a greater or smaller. Okay, now for that, first I will give you an example within your class. Say in your class, if I want to print the student with the tallest, the maximum height and the minimum height. But if I tell you that at any point of time you cannot have more than 2 people standing, it's very easy. When the whole class is standing, we can identify much easier. But if I tell you in your class you can only have 2 people can stand at any point of time, then what you can do? Okay, so suppose if there are students over here 5 and I want who is the tallest, what I am going to do, I am going to make these 2 guys stand. Out of them, whichever is greater, I will keep the guy standing, the smaller guy will sit down. Now I am going to compare this one with this. Between them, whichever is a greater guy, I still keep standing and the smaller sit down. Then I am going to compare this one with this. Between them, whichever is a greater guy, I am going to keep standing, the smaller sit down. Between these two, now I am going to compare whichever is taller guy standing, smaller one sit down. Who is the last standing character? This must be the highest. Same logic will go with the smallest. So if again in the 5 students, between these two, which one is the tallest or smallest? Alright, will stand, the taller one will sit down. Now between these two, again we are going to check which one is the smallest. So we say this one is smallest, then this one sit down. Now between these two, which one is the smallest? We say this is still smallest, so you sit down. Now between these two, if this guy is smallest, then you sit down, then this must be the last student who is the smallest. Now same logic we are going to apply over here. So once we know how to break a string into words, we need to find out how many characters that this word has got. So logically, if you look at it, okay, no string will have 0 characters. So we are going to take highest and lowest is with a 0 number of characters word. Okay, and then we are going to break it. So logically, if I say I love Mumbai, I am going to pick up some counter which I am going to say 0. I am going to remove a first word, okay, I. Now I am going to compare the length of I, dot length. If this is a word, I will convert it into word. If this word's length is greater than my S value, which is 0, now we know I is 1, then I will override that value to I dot length. So what has happened here? The I dot length is 1, 1 is greater than the value of S, which is 0, so I say now S becomes 1. So now between them, the highest word right now is this. Now the loop repeats. Okay, if the loop repeats, say I am repeating the loop somehow, which I will show you in the program, computer will read the second word, then computer will apply here love. Love dot length is 4. Now s value is 1. So computer will immediately say 4 is greater than 1. True. So s will take now that 4. Now if I want to print the word, I will take a variable and I will say immediately store that word. So this word must have come through some variable. We will use that variable over here. Okay. If the loop repeats, Mumbai is read, computer will apply here Mumbai. Now Mumbai dot length is 6, s value is 4, 6 is greater than 4, so computer will take this as 6 and it will override this by Mumbai. So at the end, when the loop is over, I just have to print value of s and value of h. If I only want word, I will print h. If I want length also, I will print s. If I only want length, I will print s. And if I want both, I can print both. So depending upon the requirement of program. Same logic I am going to apply with the what you call the smallest word. Here also we are going to make use of then less than. That's it. So let us see how is this going to work in a program. So in a program, first thing we should know how to read the string word by word. So here is a very quick revision at the same time. Alright, to read the string word by word. So if you recollect one of the video again, I think video number 3, 4, 5 somewhere, where we have learned how to read a string word by word. So in a statement, we add a space behind, which is needed for our last word to get accumulated. So we'll keep that. We go from 0 number character till the length of the string. We read each character. So I'm going to write down here the example, I love Mumbai. Here is my example. So my first character is read I, which is not a space, so it will get accumulated into an empty string. So my first word got here I. After this, if this is true, computer will come here, computer will read the next character. Next character is a space. Space not equal to space is false. So computer will go to the else side where last value of m is I. I is getting printed right now because we are just understanding the word. Again we will blank out this, so this is blanked out. Computer will go read the next character L. L is not a space, so L will get accumulated here. After that, computer will read the next character O, not a space, got added. Sorry, not a space, got added. Computer will read the next character V, not a space, added, and the E, not a space, added. But thereafter there is a space. Space not equal to space is false, so we come here. The last accumulated word got printed as love. This is going to make this empty. Okay, now computer will continue with the loop MUMBAI. So if I say this is all not space, so they will get accumulated. Then the last added space after that is going to be read. Space not equal to space is false, so computer pointer will bring this M over here Mumbai and will get printed, and of course it will be blanked out. So this is how we read word by word. But now we don't want this. We want that the word should be greatest and the smallest. So first we only work with the greatest. So for that, of course, I am going to take something called s is equal to 0. Okay, and I will take another variable, say h is equal to blank. This is going to be for highest. Okay, so we need to find out which is a bigger word. Bigger word means the word with a greater length. So as soon as we come in here, instead of printing this, I am going to cut this. But I am going to say if what? Whatever my last word, the length of that is greater than the value of s. If that is true, then what I want computer to do? I want two things right now computer to do. I want to copy that value s is equal to m dot length. Okay, length on some place, okay, which is length is of course an integer, so of course my s is an integer. At the same time, I also want to overwrite my previous word, so I'll say h is equal to m. So h, which is blank, will take that word. Okay, so let us take here I, first word I. First word I must have come. Now the space has come, of course, thereafter I. So space not equal to space is false, so we come here. Now I is stored here whose length is 1, which is greater than the value of s, which is 0. So 1 greater than 0 is true. So computer will take now s value as 1, which is the length of the word, and h is going to store I, because that's the word m. Okay, now we immediately blank out m. Now we know the second word is going to be generated is love. Okay, so now love length is 4, greater than s, s is 1, so 4 is greater than 1, true. So computer will say s is equal to m dot length, which is going to be overwriting this by 4, and the word this will also be getting overwritten by love. Again it will blank out this part, the loop will repeat to get us, of course, one moment, the loop is going to repeat, of course, to get us the next word Mumbai. So of course the last word will get converted Mumbai. Once the space is read, computer will come here Mumbai. Mumbai length is 6, greater than current value of s. Current value of s is 4. So Mumbai length is 6. 6 greater than 4 is true. So 6 will get overwritten here, and m will be Mumbai. So Mumbai will come here. Of course, then even this is over, the statement is also over. So when we come out here, we need to print the last word. So I'm going to say copy from here, and I'm going to say print this last word, which must be in H, because H must be containing Mumbai. Okay, now I'm going to copy this, compile. Okay, I forgot to close the class. Yeah, there we go. And I put I love Mumbai. It gives me Mumbai because that's the highest word. Okay, so the statement is added, of course. We added a space. We started reading the string, you can say character by character. Character which are not spaces has been added. Alright, so the moment we reach the space, the particular last word being generated will be added over here, checked over here in the else part. The length of which is counted, calculated with my first value. If it is found greater, then we overwrite it by length, and of course the variable h is storing the highest word, the word which has come from here. Only when this is true, only when this part is true, only when my current word length is greater than the previous word's length, then we overwrite the length at the same time word, and of course thereafter we empty. This is what is needed, empty the string, and then we of course from here we start going to the next word. The loop will take us to the next word. Again next word will be generated, and that word's length is greater than the previous word length, then we overwrite the length at the same time word. So this will go up to Mumbai. So if I say compile and say I love Mumbai and Kolhapur is small city, just like that, then it gives me Kolhapur because that's the greatest word. So this is how we are able to see the greatest one. What now if I want to find the smallest one? I will still take another variable. So I'm saying say p is equal to 0, and I'm going to copy the same thing over here, okay, first to make us understand. But this time what we'll see, the word that has come, if the length of that is less than instead of greater than, so I'll have to take 1 at least, or I can say here rather not 1, sorry, my mistake, you should have taken a length straight. Why length now? Because a word, the smallest word cannot be smaller than the word itself. So I'm going to take here, so if I say I love Mumbai, Mumbai is 6 for 10, 11 and 2 spaces, 13. So this is 13. I don't need greater than that. Now the moment I say my word left, the word that I read, first time my first word will be read as I. Now focus here. Okay, so obviously this is not going to be, we are not counting right now this. We count here. So I value, I is in your m dot length is 1 less than p, because p is my variable. P is 13, of course, into this case, considering this my input. So of course you can see 1 is less than p, so I'm going to say then take that word length and I take another variable. So I'm going to say here L, capital L is equal to space. So I'll say capital L will be M. So now L will take I. Okay, and of course string will be empty. The next word computer will generate is love. Now obviously love is 4 length, is 4 less than current value of p, which is supposed to be 1, the last value of I. So 4 less than 1 is false. Computer will come here, empty it out, goes for the next word Mumbai. Now Mumbai, after Mumbai, of course there is a space. Computer will immediately check Mumbai's length, 6 less than 1, false, so this will not take place. When we come out, we just have to say copy and we will say here paste, and this time I am going to print as L, because that's the word. So I just have to give here biggest word is equal to H, and I'll say here smallest word is equal to L. Now if I compile this program and run, you can see the biggest word is Kolhapur, smallest word is I. Now it depends on the question requirement. You can make use of the statement over here. So the question says first print the smallest word, you just have to go little reverse. So if I'm going to say smallest one needs to be printed, I'll just say cut from here and I paste it afterwards. Okay, and if you want to be specific with the message, then what message has been given in the question, that you have to write lowest character word, highest character word. So I'm going to say here lowest character word. You are supposed to follow the question. Character word. Now I'm going to change the statement. We are the world. And then the smallest word is V, because that has 2 characters and world is the biggest. So I hope you guys have understood this program. Thank you.